So, surgeon said that the bicep is fine, but it hurts in here. Basically, it could be either brachioradialis or carpi brevis flexor extender thing. I don't know. Anyways, one of the muscles, it's either maybe both for back pressure and for like reverse. Yeah, that hurt right there. Reversed wrist. So it hurts especially like today and yesterday I've been doing 2.5 pounds. So I can, if I do with a kickback wrist, see, sometimes it doesn't really hurt, but right there, I can feel pain all along my radius, basically everywhere. Bicep seems fine, but I'm really limited by this because it hurts basically. If I add more, if I add more force on my back pressure, even here through my wrist, then it hurts basically all along here. It's been since like January at least that has been a problem. Since I did my first workout. Everybody keeps asking me, are you going to arm wrestle? Are you going to whatever? No, I can't. Like, everybody's like, oh, you should just do light arm wrestling. Whenever I had an injury, it got better after doing some light blood flow stuff. Yeah, no, I've been trying with weights because arm wrestling is going to be way too much. I've done one time, I gripped up at Crazy George's club with Rick Barb, and we just did like a light static hold within reason, just where I started to feel the tension and no pain yet. And then that night, and for a little bit, it did hurt. And I've done that other approach, like the opposite, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a workout, and then it would hurt that night or a little while. The first workout I did, it hurt for 2 weeks before I was able to do another workout. And that was a workout with this handle and like 3 pounds doing rise and pronation and supination. The last time I did a workout with it, I was doing like 15 pounds on rise, which was actually pretty good, but it ended up hurting for 2 weeks and it still hasn't gotten any better, and that's been like a month now. It's very, very, it's the most ridiculous injury I've had in terms of recovery. I've fucking broke my shoulder, I've torn all my rotator cuffs, I've broken TFCCs, I've sprained my ankle, I've torn my quad tendon, I've broken first ribs on both sides, I've gotten finger injuries, I've broke my toe, and none of them have been as hard to recover from as this stupid fucking bicep tear. And it's honestly probably not, it's not even the bicep, it's some other muscle in here that's fucked up, and that muscle got fucked up when I was doing a grip thing. I thought maybe I tore the bicep again and it was like a partial tear. The surgeon said, no, I don't think there's a partial tear. And then last time I saw him, he's like, I'm confident that your bicep is perfectly fine. You can go as hard as you want in training, as often as you want, and you're not causing any more damage. Basically is what he said. And I was like, yeah, I'm feeling pain. And he's like, you know, it's just because you haven't been using it. And I'm like, I've been trying to use it, and I've been trying physio, I've been trying light training, I've been trying high frequency every day, very light. I've been trying rest until it feels okay, and then try again. And I was able to make a little bit of progress, but now it's worse than it has been since the goddamn surgery. There's more pain now than there was before the surgery. There's, at least in terms of random movements. Before the surgery, yeah, it hurt fucking ton when I did anything with supination or like a bicep curl. But I could kind of get away with doing things. I went rock climbing, I went mountain biking, I went foraging with the bicep 90% torn, all of which I was able to do relatively pain-free. And now, because of whatever goddamn muscle it is that's in here, or my fucking radius, or maybe it's the tendon and the fucking where it attaches and it's just strained all the way along, I haven't been able to do anything since before the surgery. After the surgery, obviously I couldn't do anything because I wasn't allowed to. And then I was able to make good progress, and my bicep didn't really hurt. I got full range of motion. I started to get a little bit of strength back. And then I did the grip thing, and I felt a little bit of a pop right in here somewhere, and it hurt, especially when I did wrist back or supination and then wrist back especially, and then you add a little bit of rise or something and it would hurt in there. That was in like December or November or something like that, and I went and saw the surgeon December like 23rd or 22nd, and he said, yeah, I'm not worried about it, should be healing fine. And then I saw him March, I don't know what day it was, like 10th or something like that, or March 13th, I don't know. Beginning of March, and he was pretty much like, yeah, it's fine. And he said, I'll make a bet with you that in 6 months from now, in August, I'm having another appointment with him, even though this was supposed to be my last one. And he's like, in 6 months, I bet you everything's gonna feel fine. Yeah, well, it's been since January I've been doing the rehab, and there's been no progress. Maybe even regression. Right now, regression in terms of my arm wrestling ability. I have side pressure as much as my left arm. I have some bench press because my tricep is fine and my shoulder is okay. But even on the bench press, I actually was doing the bench press better than I am now in January. In January, I had a gym membership and I did bench press, and it actually made my arm feel better because I did a January workout for this, like just everything rehab, and that brachialis and everything in there was just hurting a lot. And I went to the gym and I did bench press, and everything felt better after that, probably because I could cause some like relaxation of the muscles. And that was after I had supposedly injured it when I was picking that thing up. So looking back, it's like, okay, I made progress, and right now it's getting worse. Because I haven't done any rehab for my arm. Like I've been trying to be more and more careful with my rehab. I've been doing like bicep curls through just this side of the base of my hand, because it's only my bicep that feels good. Everything else hurts. Just the bicep is the only thing that is good in this arm right now. like I have some grip, but even during grip max, like since I did that injury where I was picking the thing up, if I use the grip dynamometer, people see me do it all the time still at practice, and I do like 80 kilos, which is a hell of a lot for most people. But once I get up to that's 66 kilos, once I get up to that 80 kilos, I feel pain in here. Doesn't matter how I do it. It hurts. So now I'm trying to do high frequency eccentrics and statics on just the spot that hurts. So if I'm holding 2.5 pounds and I go into a position which hurts it, so sometimes it doesn't hurt and sometimes it hurts quite a lot. Sometimes I'll be moving and it's just like a fucking crazy sharp pain. So I just have to find the position that hurts, because sometimes the positions don't hurt and sometimes it hurts a lot. So right there, I can feel a pain. Oh, yeah, a lot. Then, yeah, a little bit. Right there, huge amount of pain. So it's hurting from here all the way up, kind of inside everywhere along the radius. I can't even tell where the pain is. But when I press, it's this little muscle in here. At least that's what it feels like. So especially, then I do it with the curled wrist, and it's fine. As I go more supinated and the weight starts falling there and I have to kind of keep it up, it hurts all in here, like that, right there. It feels like my radius is getting twisted apart. I can do a static hold like this, fine. So, like, let's see. We got 12.5 pounds, so real heavy. 12.5 pounds. Let's see how much that hurts. So rise. Yeah, so as I tried to rise it up there, it started to hurt in there. Pronation. Yeah, so as holding here, a little bit of pain in there. If I'm holding it there, it just hurts as I'm moving. And supination, it's honestly about the same. Not really worse than the rise. Although, if I go all the way, I'm going to do this with 2.5 pounds because I was doing it with 10 pounds a month ago. And after that workout, basically, it got worse. Even though during that workout, like, there wasn't any injury moment or anything like that. And that was after the surgeon said that everything should be fine. So this position here, you can see the weight is coming, so I have to resist it with a little bit of supination there and a little bit of wrist extension because of where the handle is. That hurts along my radius. This position is fine. That position is okay. And then as I get here, it right there, it really starts to hurt inside the forearm, in there, all along. Yeah, it's starting to go. Just like that, as I push that range of motion further and further into that pronated position. 2.5 pounds, and there we go. I can still hold it, but yeah, it hurts quite significantly. Brachioradialis is very, very weak right now. Maybe it's the brachioradialis, maybe it's that extensor muscle, maybe it's both, maybe it's something to do with the muscle for this, but either way, all whatever's in here it's messed up, and I haven't been able to make any progress. I'm trying hard. It's very, just like that, just as I was moving my arm there, I just got a sharp pain. Very hard. I've had the rotator cuff so bad where I couldn't move my arm more than this, and I've had that tear. I had the shattered scapula, and I was for a whole week walking around and doing things, and that hurt quite a bit. But the rotator cuff after the scapula surgery, you know, it took me a little while, but I got full range of motion in my shoulders. My shoulders are stronger than ever before after that surgery, in training with shoulder press and all that. I did have some weaknesses that I noticed when I was mountain biking in here, but I healed from that, and I was able to train and improve it with physio and on my own. I'd go to physio once a month or once every other week and get some exercises, kind of get a gauge on my progress, and then I'd go home and I'd do what I was supposed to do. This injury, I've tried to do what I'm supposed to do, and it gets worse every time. The only thing that makes it feel better is complete rest. And with complete rest, it's not getting stronger, it's just getting weaker, and then it ends up hurting more again. I go and do exercise, light, very light now. I did those table bicep curls. That was the last time I tried to go heavier. I did 20 pounds or something. Then this morning I tried it and I did 12 pounds and it was worse. I didn't even get a bicep pump because I just wasn't able to. I tried. It seems like my muscle activation is weakened. I don't know what to do. Trying. Try 2.5 pounds. Let's do a little workout. And the thing is, I already know that tonight I'm gonna sleep, and every time I move my arm, it's gonna hurt. That's just how it is. I try to sleep nowadays with my arm perfectly extended, because otherwise I wake up with pain because it gets cramping. So I'm doing this, and I just feel this muscle get completely burned out with 2.5 pounds. Yeah, it's starting to hurt. I know I'm not doing any more damage. There's literally no way that I can damage it more. Yeah, so as I'm doing supination, this muscle in here seems to help a little bit with supination. It hurts all along the radius. Got a little bit of a pump there, believe it or not, but I can flex my bicep and it doesn't hurt, which is a very good sign, because sometimes that hurts quite a lot to flex it, especially in this position. I would feel pain along my radius. I don't know. After the surgery, I did feel pain in my radius just doing any, especially pronation and supination. Once I got to like the full range of motion, or tried to push that range of motion, it would hurt all along my radius. I felt like the bone was gonna twist apart or something. So maybe it's the bone that hurts as I'm doing, you know, if I do a hammer curl. So people ask me, oh, to do arm wrestling, you know, hammer curl. This is 13 pounds. Okay. So I'll try a hammer curl. Right, yeah. It hurts all along the radius. Surgeon says that I can push as hard as I want, so this should be fine. There's no popping, there's no breaking. Technically, I can do this. I should be able to do way more than this. I've done 40 pounds rise with this right hand since the bicep tear, and I could feel a little bit of discomfort. And now look at me. I haven't done anything to make it worse since then. See, it's fine. I'm in that high position. Obviously, there's no weight into my elbow flexion. And we're coming down, 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 and it's starting to hurt a lot. Right there, it's hurting a huge amount. You can see the muscles shaking. That brachioradialis is just tiny now. Whew. They say that doing these types of eccentrics is really good for tendons and stuff. So I'll try and do that again. Especially if I try and keep my wrist up. This hurts more. Can't really see, but I'm shaking. Those muscles just don't even want to fire. I'll try and prove that the doctor's right. Can you believe that? You know, after I've had injuries in the past where people told me you're not gonna heal, you're not gonna be strong again ever. I've been told I'm not gonna run again. And I've always gotten back and gotten stronger than before any of my injuries. And here I am, bicep tear. It's supposedly one of the easiest things to recover from. And something else in my arm is messed up. So now I'm not trying to prove the doctors wrong or prove friends and family wrong about my healing. Mostly family in the past, specifically one person would doubt that I could heal. Now I'm trying to prove them right that I can heal. Because I do feel like I doubt it often now, if I can heal from this. I've lost that confidence in my ability to heal. I've had the belief that if you give your body the right stimulus and nutrients and all that, you can heal from almost anything. And right now I don't know what stimulus I need to heal. Do I go lighter? Do I go 2.5, 1 pounds every day, high frequency? Do I do this? Heavier weight eccentrics that all the papers say to do? Do I follow just the physio recommendations, which is like 8 to 12 reps of like a medium weight every day or every other day? Because obviously, I mean, if I did that, I know for a fact that it would get worse because I've tried doing light weights and it still gets bad. I still have to rest a week. Right, the last few weeks, I haven't done this even. I've done my side pressure workout and the bench press workout, and that is enough to make it feel worse. In January and February, I was doing bench press and it was feeling better, and that was after I had any possible injuries. So there's some sort of tendonitis. One small muscle might have atrophied just so much that it can't heal. Or maybe there's bone spurs along my radius that, like, every time I'm moving, it's causing damage to the muscle. Surgeon said, I asked him, would we want to do any imaging to see how the bicep is? Because I was thinking this might be a bicep problem. And he said, no imaging is necessary. I'm pretty confident that this is just like nagging pains. I am not one of the people that feels nagging pains, usually. When I feel pain, it means something is very wrong. I've had, like I said, I've had a lot of really bad injuries, and every time I feel any little bit of pain, that usually means that something is completely torn, or at least almost completely torn. Like, I don't bruise, I don't feel regular pain, but that comes at a cost, because I end up, what other people say hurts doesn't hurt, and then when I'm saying I'm sore, it means that I am broken compared to an average person, at least in terms of this stuff. right there. Okay, hammer curl. To be honest, I haven't done a workout like this where I've pushed through the pain with slow eccentrics and stuff. I've done that in the past for my shoulder, and it did seem to help, so maybe this is the way forward. I've been afraid of doing this because in the past, when I'm recovering from a bad injury, you push in your workout a little bit, and then surprisingly, you might be sore one day, and then surprisingly you start feeling better within a few days after that if it's some sort of, you're healing from something really bad. This time, I tried that approach, and I get worse and worse and worse and worse. So I'm gonna try the forced way of doing things. I mean, I shouldn't be doing any more damage by doing this, so. See that eccentric? I started to feel a little bit on the bicep tendon, but it didn't hurt along the radius. But now I bet it's gonna hurt as I go for the concentric. Yeah, right there, all in there. Basically, feels like brachioradialis, maybe. And if I try a supinated curl, my wrist hurts because my wrist is fucked. TFCC, ganglion cyst, and fused bones. You know, supinated curl is easier than a neutral curl for me right now. My bicep is better than whatever it is in my forearm. Oh, felt it right there, all along here. Okay, that's enough for that for today. So hopefully, just doing that movement, I can't throw anything. Hopefully get some improvement. Trying.